Lesson 4. Don't compare yourself. Every road has a different time. Yes, dear listener, we came to the 4th lesson. You've watched the parts up to this point, thought about them, and maybe you've applied them little by little in your own life. So tell me, have you actually tried it? Or did you just listen and pass? Because awareness begins not with listening, but with trying. Write in the comments. Which sentence impressed you the most in the first 3 lessons? And which one did you have the most difficulty with? Because this channel is not just a place where I talk. It is a journey of transformation, a path we walk together. Now let's come to today's topic, comparing yourself with others. You may not realize it, but this is one of the most common and most invisible poisons of the modern age. Every time you turn on your phone, there are other people's lives on the screen. Happy faces, success stories, travels, bodies, relationships, successes. And then next thing you know, you measure yourself by those lives. Why am I not there? Why am I not that successful? Why am I not so loved? Without realizing it, you are comparing your potential to the results of others. And at that moment, the light inside you fades a little more. However, comparison is never fair. Because while you are looking at someone else's last frame, you do not know the beginning of that person's story. Maybe there are dozens of failures, loneliness, and tears that you cannot see to reach that success. But in the age of social media, no one shares that part. Everyone is showing the window, not the kitchen. And we get lost in those showcases. While looking at someone else's shine, we forget our own light. Stoic philosopher Epictetus says, "The moment you compare yourself with someone else, you envy their fate, but you don't know what they have lost." This sentence is actually very deep, because comparison is not just an external comparison, is to question the meaning of one's own life. Is my way wrong? Is to ask. But no, your way is not wrong, it's just yours. It's not other people's way, it's your way. And the time for each road is different. Just because one flower blooms later than another does not mean it is less beautiful. Only the time is different. So are you. One day, Marcus Aurelius wrote in his morning meditations, "Don't measure yourself by the approval of others. Living in accordance with nature means being accountable to yourself, not to others." We forgot this today. We no longer live according to nature, but according to algorithms. Fast, reactive, superficial. We proceed without feeling anything, just by comparing. But comparison will never get you far, because every comparison gives this message to the subconscious: you are not enough. And when this belief is established, no matter how hard you try, you always feel incomplete. Wait a moment. Think. Who are you really competing with? With someone else? Or with your own past self? If your race is with someone else, you've lost. Because there will always be someone faster, richer, more beautiful, and more knowledgeable than you. But if your race is to who you were yesterday, then you will win. Because the only real progress is inner progress. When you compare yourself to others, you unknowingly forget the essence of life. Every person's experience is unique. Your exams, your pace, your path belong only to you. No one can copy this. And if someone ever seems to be ahead of you, they're just on a different page in their own story. Yours is written elsewhere. Comparison takes you away from your own book. And when you stop reading your own story, you get lost between the lines of others. There is also the emotional side of the matter. Comparison silently tires people. When you constantly feel inadequate, you can't enjoy anything. Even when you succeed, you say, "I'm not good enough." That's why sometimes you think you're not progressing, but you've just forgotten your own pace. Look around you. Even those who seem the happiest are slaves to comparison. But are they the most peaceful? They are just those who look their own way. Maybe your path is longer, quieter, more invisible, but that doesn't mean it's worthless, because every great transformation begins with invisible processes. A seed waits underground for months. No one sees, no one applauds, but when the time comes, it suddenly sprouts, and it becomes a flower. You should be too. If you are underground now, this dark period is not in vain. This is your preparation universe. Comparison steals your patience, but patience will give birth to you again. So what to do? Instead of comparing, get inspired. When you see someone else's light, you wonder, why am I not? Don't say, I'm following my own path. Use that light not to envy, but to illuminate your own path. And ask yourself this question: am I a little more at peace today than yesterday? If your answer is yes, there you go. Don't compare yourself to others, because you are here to walk in your own light, not in their shadow. And remember, your path is not late for anyone. Your time is still within you. Compare yourself not to others, but to a wiser version of yourself. If you are a little more aware today, a little more patient, a little more at peace with yourself, you have already won. If you've listened this far, just write a word in the comments. I stopped comparing. Let this be your step today, a silent promise to yourself. And remember, you are not competing with anyone on this journey, because you are already walking in your own time, on your own path. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for other videos. See you in the next video.